We're going to move into chapter 4, which is making employment decisions.
Think back to when you were deciding what you wanted to be when you grew up. How did you think, or looking at it now, how do you think your sex influenced that decision, even subtly?
That's what this chapter calls self-selection decisions. The choices that job seekers make as they assess the fit between themselves and potential opportunities. On the other side, organizations are motivated to hire without discrimination, both to get the best talent and to stay within legal requirements.
So, when it comes to what people value in a job, there is a sex difference pattern, and this is within the reactions to jobs. Women tend to value attributes that accommodate the demands of also being a homemaker, as the benefits, the job availability, and a sense of accomplishment.
That's right. And while men tend to value attributes like income, autonomy, leadership opportunities, and their chances for promotion.
And so these preferences are shaped by family structure mother versus childless women, married fathers versus single childless men, and by other cultural factors.
That's right. And there's also a preference framework with 6 categories: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional work activities. So these occupational preferences connect back to sex segregation. The idea that success in a field is thought to require traits that are associated with whichever sex dominates it.
Well, and from reactions to organizations, an organization's selection process sends signals to job seekers about what working there will actually be like. Several factors shape these reactions, such as inclusive diversity policies, work family initiatives, the sex of the recruiter, recruiting practices, and how fair the selection process actually feels.
Now, 2 of these, diversity policies and work family initiatives, matter especially to women.
And then within job search behavior, men and women tend to search for jobs differently too. Men typically devote more time and effort and have more work centered and geographically dispersed networks, which often use an external labor marketing strategy and move between companies. And they also tend to expect higher pay.
That's right. And women tend to have more kin-centered, geographically concentrated networks and often use internal labor market strategies, advancing within one organization and tend to accept lower pay than men.
So when we look at these factors, why do these factors in pay expectations, specifically selection discrimination, why do women have or often have lower pay expectations? Some evidence from statistical evidence about actual pay shows that the value people place on compensation and using different references groups when judging what's fair. And so limited professional networks can also mean less accurate knowledge of prevailing pay levels.
And selection decisions, or the choices organizations make during hiring, are shaped by these mental prototypes of what a good candidate looks like, which jobs are associated with which sex, and how much information is available about applicants and how visible an applicant's sex is in the process.
So then who discriminates against whom? Well, on the decision maker side, personality traits matter, particularly how strongly someone adheres to their traditional gender roles. People who reject those roles may actually favor women over men in hiring, which is interesting.
That's right. And on the applicant side, physical attractiveness plays a bigger role in how women are evaluated than men. So attractiveness gets linked to perceived competence. Weight is treated as a signal of self-control. Overweight applicants, especially women, face a stronger bias. Women in later stages of pregnancy face even more bias in hiring decisions, unfortunately.
Well, and so with all of this, it's about improving employment decisions. So, what can an individual job seekers do to improve their prospects? And what can organizations do to improve their recruitment and selection?
Well, on the organizational side, distribute promotional materials that send a message of diversity, publicize employees and roles atypical for their sex, write job descriptions reflecting the full role, recruit from multiple sources, screen and train recruiters to avoid bias, standardize selection practices, and implement real diversity and work family policies to overcome implicit and explicit bias.